I have an opinion on everything from disease to divinity, but the world can do with one less opinion. I do feel very nervous. People may think that I'm a confident person, everything like that, and I'm like cracking jokes and stuff, but no. I do get nervous. I do feel pangs of doubt. I do feel insecure. I'm not what my Instagram profile looks like. I'm not always happy. I cry. I have puffy eyes. And basically, I'm a human being. And I make mistakes, sometimes very silly mistakes, but I make them. So basically, I'm a human being. What is the first lesson that my father taught me? I had to really go back and think, okay, my first lesson. I was in the first standard. And I was very, 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 very nervous. Now, a first standard-year-old child is very nervous. For what reason? Because I had a spelling test. And I was really nervous. So I was standing at the main door of our house, and I was leaving the house. And obviously, my father was leaving the house to go to work. And I mentioned to him that I was very nervous and that I have a spelling test, and you know, I'm really worried. And he said, why are you worried? So I said, because what if I forget my spellings? So he said, okay, what word do you think you're going to forget? And after a thoughtful first standard pause, I said, the. I feel like I'm going to forget the word the. How will I spell the? Now, for an adult, that may seem like a very sweet, cute little problem. Oh, baby doesn't know how to spell the. But my father accepted my worry as one of his own. And he looked at me and he said, okay, now you won't forget it. T-H-E, the. T-H-E. And he wasn't looking down at me. I mean, not literally, he actually was looking down at me because I was really tiny. But he wasn't looking down at me, he was just wanting to help me. And with that visual representation of the word the, I never forgot the word the. And I never forgot that memory. There are times where I give interviews and people ask me, okay, Alia, आपने इतने कम टाइम में, इतनी कम उम्र में इतना नाम कमा लिया है, आपका क्या कहना है, आप ये कैसे करती है, आप कितनी खुश है अपनी ज़िंदगी को लेकर? And I actually don't have an answer to that question because I don't feel that I've achieved anything. I mean, I know that I've reached a certain stage and like I'm here today, India Today conclave, like talking and all. So that's meaning something. But I feel like I'm just doing. I don't feel like I've achieved. I feel grateful for the opportunities, but I don't feel like I've achieved and I'm like, you know, on seventh heaven. And I really owe that credit to my mother and my father for instilling this belief in me that there's always someone out there who is better than you. So you have to walk the tightrope and do your best and keep going with the flow. My perspective of, say, an argument or a conversation is my perspective. Like my father once said, the man who discovered the elephant, the guy who was holding the trunk said, this is the trunk. The guy who was holding the leg was saying, this is the leg. And then there was a guy who was standing right behind and seeing the old elephant and saying, this is the elephant. So it really depends on perspective. And I'm not at all rigid because of that. In fact, it's a little difficult for me because it's so easy to win an argument with me. Because in one moment I can be like, no, this is what I feel and this is it. And after like 5 minutes, I'll be like, yeah, that makes sense. So it's great for the other person, not so great for me. But yeah, I really believe that there's no such thing as absolute reality.